Happy 2013 FPU community! Everyone here in Sunbird Country hopes that you had a wonderful Christmas break, and we welcome you back to an action-packed spring semester. The swim team continues to put forward their best strokes, and after all his hard work, senior soccer sensation Paul Islas has caught the eye of the big league soccer coaches. It's all coming up right now on Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics. Welcome back to this week's episode of Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics. I'm your host, Katie Rocca. Over the break, head swim coach Josh Christensen took the Sunbirds down to Riverside for a showdown with California Baptist and Concordia. The Sunbirds put up a great showing and hung tough with one of the best teams in the nation.
I feel like we did pretty well. Like you said before, though, it's an in-season meet, so you're going to get some really good ones, and you get some ones that, we got some things we need to work on. But I thought we did a pretty good job of racing overall.
Missing a few people this weekend, I think we still got up there and we raced our best, and it helps us see kind of where we are at this point in the season.
The weather was pretty chilly, but I thought we did pretty well performance-wise. Just from the beginning of the season, I've learned a lot of how to swim those races. I wasn't quite sure how to swim all those longer things one after another.
Wesley's great. He's a great swimmer. He's a great student. So he's doing a lot of things really well right now, including a lot of different races. He makes people around him better because he's willing to work hard and he's always ready to go.
We're going to stay strong these next 2 weeks, training hard so we can prepare for our taper at the end of the season. Focusing on a lot of little things, the minor details that make the biggest difference.
Well, the conference meet, it's a deep meet. It's got some great teams. Cal Baptist we were just up against, Concordia, and UCSD on the guys. They were second place in NCAA's last year. So our goal is to go in there, compete, try and win some relays. We're real close with UCSD on a couple of those. Cal Baptist will be in the mix as well, and just compete the best we can, and show that we're moving up to D2. And we're taking that next step. Goal is to go in there, go as many personal bests as possible by as much as possible, and take home as much hardware as we can.
When Paul Islas came to Fresno Pacific as a freshman 4 years ago, he had big dreams. Having to overcome multiple injuries, Paul never stopped pushing forward. All that work is paying off now as he is being scouted by some of the top Major League Soccer programs in the country.
It means a lot to me. This is something that I've wanted since I started first watching soccer on TV. I knew that that's somewhere I wanted to be, later on in my life. I can't see myself doing anything but playing soccer. I know when I picked up the injury in December, I was at the peak. I was starting to develop, mentally, physically, just everything. I know that was a major setback for me. I kind of got a little discouraged and thought, okay, maybe my shot's over now because I can't go right now, but, as I've been talking to people, they're saying just be patient. The teams will come, they will contact you. The whole month of December has been a struggle, not being able to to work out or exercise, just running in general it's been tough. I couldn't have my shoulder bouncing at all. So this whole month of December has been downtime for me. 2 weeks ago, I just recently started getting back into it slowly and just trying to build up my fitness levels and strengthen my shoulder a little bit to get it, the good range of motion and just to get it stable. If it doesn't work out to where I don't make a team or I'm just not a fit for that team, I'll explore other options, as far as maybe that team wasn't the right team for me. So I'll try a few teams. If all those fail, then I still have my education to fall back on. Education is very important to me. I didn't spend 4 years here not to get a degree, so I definitely want to put my degree to use, whether that be coaching, strength and conditioning, or just, coaching or just doing anything soccer specific. I met Jaime when I was younger. I think it was around junior high, coming out of junior high, going into high school, and, Jaime's always been a great person. He's a follower of Christ, which, I think he makes that evident to people. You can come in contact with Jaime, speak to him for 5 minutes, and you'll know right away that he's a believer. So I think a lot of that has rubbed off onto me, and then that's aside from just developing as a player. That's just, developing as a person. I've learned a lot from him through just that. As a player, he focuses a lot on technical abilities. So I think that my technical abilities have just, they've increased drastically. If I compare myself to where I am now to where I was when I came in as a freshman, there's just a significant difference that it's amazing. I'm going to miss the environment of games, home games. You have all the students come out, especially under the lights. That's the best time to play here. Everybody gets into the match. Everybody gets excited, especially when it's a close game. I think the game I'm going to miss especially is the Azusa game. I came in as a freshman, and everybody stressed how important it was to beat Azusa. I mean, I just inherited that right away. I automatically gained this sense of, I don't want to say hatred, but I just had that sense that I have to beat Azusa. That's the only thing that matters here. So I'm definitely going to miss, like you said, the rivalries, and I think mostly just the environment that we bring to games. It doesn't really matter how I get there, just as long as I get there. You speak to players about, how much they want to play at the professional level. Well, for me, it goes beyond that. I don't want to just play at the professional level. I need to play there. I don't have any other, dreams to do anything else but play soccer. Well, I think I have already proven that I can handle a higher level of competition. I played with the Fuego, in the PDL, which it's a blend of semi-professional, collegiate and ex-professional players. So I've already proven that I can be just as effective at a higher level. It's been a life-altering experience. Soccer teaches you lessons that you can apply, outside of soccer as well. It makes you grow up as a person. When I was traveling at a very young age, I had to learn how to navigate airports by myself. I had to learn how to change currency and stuff like that. So it gave me, it put me through experiences that helped me grow as a person and also as a player. The biggest aspect is, spiritual. If I would have went to Cal Poly, I don't necessarily think I would have, discovered that over there. I think it would have been based on soccer and academics. Whereas here I kind of got a third, trait, spiritual, that it really plays into other areas of my life. I've learned to apply that to certain situations, that present themselves to me. I go through conflicts and struggles just like everybody else. So I've learned to deal with them better, in better ways. I've learned to apply what I've learned through the Bible to my playing. It's God's just an extra teammate. Some players play with 10 other teammates on the field, while I have 11. I have that extra guy just there, just kind of giving me a little motivational factor. He's just kind of playing into every move that I make. Through academics, I don't like reading, I don't like to study and everything, but when you ask for gifts and you ask for knowledge and help to get through your studies, he grants you what you ask for. And it just plays into all kinds of different roles in your life.
Here with your highlights is producer Brandon Tripp.
Fresno Pacific looking to avenge a bitter 2-point loss to Grand Canyon in Phoenix, taking on the Antelopes at home where they have not lost all season. First minute of the game, and Brad Carroll buries the 3 for GCU, his only points on the night and one of the only times the Lopes would lead in this game. On the other end, great ball movement by the Sunbirds, who find Malcolm Griffin, who gets the quick turnaround floater to fall. He had 8 points on the night for Fresno Pacific. Then Griffin, leading the fast break, finds Matt Samuels for the lay-in here. Samuels had a monster night for FPU. Later in the half, Samuels keeps his balance and lays it in on the tough shot to tie the game up at 13. Then on the steal by Griffin, he gets it ahead to Samuels, and the little 6-foot guard, he dunks it over 6'10" Braylon Pickrell. Samuels had 18 in the first half, 26 on the night to lead all scorers then. John Taylor finds Ricky Vick in the corner for 3. Next possession, Taylor doing it himself. The amazing body control gets the tough shot to go in. He finished with 17, and the Sunbirds led at the break by 18. Second half, Killian Larson can't get the shot to go, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back in. He had a double-double on the night with 14 points and 10 rebounds. Then Antonio Credit takes the contact and the bucket, nearly a double-double for Credit, who finished with 14 points and 9 rebounds. The Sunbirds win this one big, 83-68.
What I'm more proud of, though, is the fact that, we played so poorly against Azusa. Obviously give Azusa credit. They took it to us. But, I told our guys, that's not our team. because I thought we'd really turn the corner and start to defend consistently and, start to move the ball better. And in the second half, we didn't do those things, and got pounded for it. So to bounce back from that performance, was great. I mean, I think this is the most complete game that we played all season. For 40 minutes, I thought our guys were engaged into the game and pretty unselfish. So this is definitely a good win for us to build off of.
Man, it was before Christmas break when we lost, and it was I'm not gonna call any loss the worst loss of the season, but they was picked to win the conference, up 14 at their place. That's something you don't get, at the number one team in the conference place, and we blew it. We blew it. So tonight was just so much preparation, so much. I'm not gonna call it the word anger, but just trying to get back from what we lost, and we haven't lost at home yet, so we did a great job.
We definitely wanted to get them on our home floor because we felt like we should have had them last time, so we felt like we owed them something, and we just wanted to do it. We had our whole crowd out here watching us, and we played hard for them.
Yeah, really, we've done a good job to play through whoever gets started. We got a lot of talent. We got a lot of guys who can score the basketball, and once we normally get started, we pretty much play through whoever got started, and I just thank my teammates for playing through me. They saw I got started, and they just played through me and went through me the entire game.
And so we really challenged our team to take care of the glass, especially, with him. We had to keep him off the offensive boards. And so tonight, it wasn't just our big guys. Our big guys did battle. Tone played well, and he was a warrior tonight. But beside that, I thought our guards really helped us, contain the glass and kind of limit some of his rebounds inside. And so for us to get out-rebounded by 18 at Grand Canyon, which is absolutely ridiculous, to out-rebound them by 9 here, I think says a lot about, the work that our teams put in and just the focus they had coming into today.
The Sunbirds fell to 0-12 last weekend against Azusa Pacific, looking to avoid 0-13 against one of the best teams in the country, number 19 Grand Canyon. Early on, Stephanie Larson finds Brianna Busick on the cut to the basket. Sunbirds trail by 2, 5-7. Then we're all tied up here at 7, and Malin Smith comes off the screen and stops and pops from the free throw line. She finished with 10 points on the night. Then Judy Jones feeds Deanna Daniels, who slips the screen and lays it up and in for the Antelopes. On the other end, Carrie Stepanoff, in her first action in well over a month after missing time due to injury, knocks down the jumper off the front of the rim to keep the Sunbirds within 3. And then it's Stepanoff again, this time on the dribble drive to the hoop. She finished the night with 14 points to lead Fresno Pacific. The Sunbirds also getting it done on the defensive end. Judy Jones is stripped, recovers, and stripped again by Kayla Clement, and she leads the break down the other end, and Callie Klobeck buries the 3 to give Fresno Pacific a lead with just over a minute remaining in the first half. In the second half, Smith airballs the shot right to Jasmine Cannon, who finished with 11 points on the night. Then Cannon once again takes it to the rack this time and lays it in to give GCU a 3-point lead. Then Judy Jones, the Lopes' leading scorer this season, with the and one here, and she had a monster game, 27 points and 16 rebounds, as Grand Canyon pulls away with this one, 75-59.
Yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with my team for the way that tonight went, and honestly it was the result that we wanted, because our focus right now hasn't been on wins and losses. It can't be at this point. There's things within the game that we have had to get better at in order to have success, and tonight we turned a significant corner in getting better at those things. We had more energy on defense than we've had, I believe, all season, just a real sense of togetherness, and just so refreshing as a coach to feel like your team is fighting for each other and really enjoying themselves and working hard out on the basketball court.
It was a great first half for us. We were in it, and we started the second half strong too, and together we actually played together. Everyone had a lot of effort. We were confident today. We felt like we could keep up with them. So it feels amazing. It sucks to sit on the sideline. All the injured players know that. You can't do anything but just watch the rest of the team go in and play. So, it feels really good to come back. It feels really good to just be a part of the team.
What a wonderful first game back. She's been out for, at least 6 weeks probably now, and you wouldn't be able to tell. She doesn't really miss a beat. She's still Carrie, and she's still automatic offense for us, whether that's in the category of rebounding or scoring. Just a very reliable player, and by far our toughest player. And it's a joy and a relief even to have her back with us. And I'm just going to continue to pray for no more mysterious injuries.
Women's basketball nearly captured their first win of the season against Hawaii Hilo on Monday. The Sunbirds fell in an upsettingly close game, 54-52, as the Vulcans' Cami Amai sank a buzzer beater. The men's basketball team is on fire after their blowout win over Hawaii Hilo, pulling off a season-high score of 109 points. Outstanding performance shout-outs go out to Matt Samuels, John Taylor, and Malcolm Griffin. With a new semester comes new sports and a motivated spirit. Grab a buddy and come out to support your FPU Sunbirds at all of these nail-biting matchups. They've been putting in the work early in the freezing mornings, even as ice forms on the pool deck. You guessed it, women's water polo's official season begins this Saturday with an opener at the Sunnyside Aquatic Center. They face Azusa Pacific at 11 a.m. and then Cal State Monterey at 4 p.m. This Saturday, women's basketball will continue to fight for their first win when they host Chaminade right here on their home turf in the Special Events Center at 2:30 p.m. The men's game will follow at 4:30 p.m. in hopes of continuing their winning streak. It's also Staff and Faculty Appreciation Night. Admission is free, but donations are accepted and will go to support the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Next Monday, BYU Hawaii will cross the Big Pond to face our Sunbird basketball teams. The women will play at 5:30 p.m. and the men tip off at 7:30 p.m. The swim team will be making a splash next Saturday, the 26th, when Biola makes the trip up for a dual meet at the Sunnyside Aquatic Center. Remember, you can stay up to date with all the latest news, scores, and highlights for the Sunbirds at fpuathletics.com and on Twitter at FPU Sunbirds. Glad you could join us this week, and we'll see you next time right here on Inside Fresno Pacific Athletics.